Welcome back to the channel. We have a very, very special edition episode today. We're going over UFC 298, Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria. Stack card, one of the most stacked cards to start off 2024. I can't wait for it personally. And, when you got a massive card like this, you got to have a special guest. And today, I got my dad, a.k.a. OGDP, a.k.a. the MMA Master. What's up, OG? How you doing, bud?
Hey.
What's
Don't
going on?
Don't you have a clap soundtrack for me or something?
How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling loosey-goosey.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well,
I'm a bit of a newbie, but I got this. No problem.
All right. Well, I know you've watched a couple fights. You watched a couple Conor McGregor fights with me. I think we watched that Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje fight together. We watched a couple boxing fights.
There was a big Polish guy I watched. Who was that guy?
Oh, that was Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah, Blachowicz.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
All right, cool. Well, I wanted to bring you into the podcast because I know that you have some of the top analysis and, you've really been keeping track of the up-and-comers, a lot of, stylistic matchups, pros and cons to a lot of these guys. I figured OGDP, nobody better.
All right, well, nobody bet on my picks.
I think OGDP is undefeated on the year so far. I believe so.
Yeah, that's no pressure, though.
I think that's the method you got to go with, the old just, fuck it method. But anyway, let's hop right into the card here. We're going to start off with the first fight on the main card. Number 15 ranked Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov. So, OG, my take on this fight, it's a very interesting fight. Both these guys are up-and-comers. You could say dark horses in the middleweight division, 185 division. They're both trying to, increase their rankings, get in that top 10, top 5. So it's an interesting matchup. It's a classic grappler-striker matchup. Obviously, you got Anthony Hernandez, who likes to take the fight to the ground, wins most of his fights with his cardio. He's just going to out-gas tank you. He's going to take you to deep waters, lay on you, and just hope that you kind of give up.
You're overthinking it.
What'd you say?
You're overthinking all that.
Overthinking it?
Yeah, the one guy's from Russia and the one guy's from the United States. So the Russian is going to win. Roman Kopylov.
Well, you got to wait till I toss it to you, brother. We need a little bit of real analysis in this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you?
It's not your turn yet. Anyway, like I was saying, grappler versus striker, Roman Kopylov. Kopylov's been taken down and lost a few fights via grappling in his UFC career. Back when he fought Duraev, back when he fought Roberson, he was just kind of wrestle-fucked, wet-blanketed. But that was a couple years back. I think he's improved. He's definitely done a ton of training in his last couple fights. His takedown defense has been awesome. And I think with Anthony Hernandez's style, I think Kopylov is going to be looking for a lot of, up the middle attacks, uppercuts, maybe knees. And I don't know. I see him being able to shuck off Hernandez in that big KO. So I'm taking Kopylov at underdog money. What do you think, OG?
Well, I was looking at his grappling. I don't even know what this means. The one guy is 0.47. The other guy is 6.79.
Wow. No shit.
What does that mean?
Which guy had the higher grappling? Was that Hernandez? I'm not looking at the stats.
Hernandez has the 6.79 takedown average.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's Hernandez doesn't have the best hands. He's not going to knock out Kopylov. His methods of victory is either going to be decision, maybe submission, but most likely decision by takedowns. Yes.
All right. Well, my analysis is going to be a little different here. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, Kopylov. I'm Kopylov. Hernandez has too many tats.
Too many tats.
He's a little bit obsessed with his tats.
I don't know. It's MMA. Sometimes a lot of tats can pull through for you in MMA.
No, let's keep it simple. The Russian wins. When in doubt, go with the Russians.
His last name also ends in the letter V as well.
Well, I know. That's the first thing I saw. And Hernandez, is he even American? Where's he from?
Not entirely sure, OG, but he is actually American, but what?
He's fine.
Fade Hernandez, me and OGDP were both on Kopylov. So yeah, Kopylov. Next fight, OG, I'll let you start this one off, and then I'll jump in.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to the list here. So we got all right, love these guys. We got Merab Dvalishvili
Yep.
and we got Henry Cujo.
Yep. Does
Henry,
Henry Cejudo ring a bell at all, OG?
I'm looking at him now a little bit.
You
These are
remember?
little guys.
You
These are
remember the
little guys.
last pay-per-view that we went together live, May
Yeah, was
6th
he
last
there?
year?
Oh, yeah, we went to Newark.
Was he there? He was the main event against Aljamain Sterling. He was in all the
Oh, was he?
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was a fill-in main event. It wasn't even
Yeah.
supposed
Anyway, sorry. Well, so
to
what's your
be.
analysis?
Well, these guys are tiny. That's my analysis.
They are tiny.
One guy's 5'4", and
It's
this
a
other
it's a
he's Kajudo
Cejudo.
Cejudo.
It's a 135-pound weight class, OG.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
What would you have to do to make 135? Cut off a leg, cut off an arm and a leg? What do you think?
I might have to put my wallet down. Oh,
Oh
hey.
shit. Well, you should put that wallet on Copy Live.
No, I don't bet. No betting
All
for me.
right. Get into the fight here. What do we got?
All right, here we go. So let's see, 16-3, 16-4, significant strikes. Let's look at that.
Yeah, that's big.
47% Cahudo, 41%. The Valentina. Okay, so you know what? I don't need much for this. I don't usually go United States, but this guy looks pissed. Cahudo looks pissed, and that's my guy, Cahudo.
All right. Interesting take. I'm on the complete opposite side of you on this one, OG.
I don't know.
I got Merab Dvalishvili as my lock of the night. I think he's my lock of the night, 100%.
And definitely Cujo is going to win, 100%.
No, it's Cejudo. It's Cejudo, but no, Henry Cejudo. He's a two-time UFC champion, Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, but he was just retired for 2 years. He's 37 years old, and typically at these lower weight classes, if you're over 35, 36, 37, 38, you're not going to be doing great. In his last fight that we were actually at live against Sterling, he looked okay. I mean, he used to fight at 125, OG. This Cejudo guy, this is a 135 fight. He used to fight at 125.
Well,
So
Cejudo's
the smaller guy out of the two.
I know, but he lost his last fight, so he's pissed. So
he is pissed, but he's also been talking about on his podcast that if he loses this fight, he's going to retire. And typically, but again,
I don't go with any of that. This guy.
He's a two-time champ, Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, he looks pissed, and he's 2 inches shorter, so he's going to have that like short king energy.
All right. Well, let me talk for a second here, but yeah, I got Merab, my lock of the night. I just think he's stronger, he's bigger, he's younger, he's hungrier. He hasn't been to the mountaintop yet. Cejudo, been there, done that. Already won the UFC championship a couple times over, Olympic gold medalist. I just don't see it. Merab obviously doesn't have the best striking in the world, but Cejudo doesn't have good striking either. And Merab Dvalishvili, I think this guy's got to be on some sort of anabolic steroid, maybe EPO, getting some extra red blood cells or something, because this guy does not gas out. I mean,
that doesn't sound fair.
Well, obviously he gets drug tested, but I'm just saying. I've seen pretty much every fighter gas out at some point. Merab's last fight, he fought 5 rounds. All he did was shoot takedowns. I think he shot 100 takedowns. Successfully got 0 of them. So he was 0 for 100 on his takedowns, but he never got tired. So he just won the fight by decision by pushing the guy up against the fence. So Merab, he's fucking boring as fuck. But I'm gonna pick him. I don't like him. I honestly don't. I honestly kind of despise him. But I think he's gonna win this fight. So
all right. Well, I just found out that Cahudo there wins
Cejudo
50% of his fights by KO or TKO, where this other guy demolished.
Well, that was at 125. Oh,
whatever. The other guy's 20%, so no power there for that guy. So
all right. Well, I'm on Merab, my lock of the night.
All right.
Next fight. I'll start us off on this one. We got a welterweight bout, 170 pounders. Number 8 Jeff Neal versus number 10 Ian Cucciato Gary. So this fight has a lot of social media buzz around it. These two were scheduled to fight back in January. Jeff Neal got a DUI, and then Ian Gary decided to print his mugshot onto a T-shirt and wear that around, and that's that's how he was kind of promoting the fight. He had Jeff Neal's mugshot on his T-shirt.
That's solid trolling.
I loved it. I thought it was great. The MMA community and Twitter were like pissed about it for some reason. They were like, "Oh, Jeff Neal, he's such a nice guy. He didn't. Why would you wear his mugshot? It's soft as fuck."
Call Uber next time, there, Jeff.
Exactly. I love it, but there's a lot of Ian Gary haters right now just because he did that. He's done a couple other things where
he's undefeated.
He builds his fights. He fights a lot of like nice guys, like Jeff Neal. He's a soft-spoken guy. Ian Gary's fight before this, Neil Magny, very soft-spoken guy. So he fights a lot of like nice fighters that fans like, and he's like kind of mean to them to promote the fight. So most of the fans hate Ian Gary right now, and they want him to get knocked the fuck out. But I don't see it. He's undefeated. Obviously, Jeff Neal, they call him Jeff Hands of Steel Neal, so he's got the power in his hands for sure. He's knocked out a plethora of ranked opponents in the UFC, but my analysis of this fight, I think Ian Gary keeps it at distance, uses his kicks. He's got great kicks, head kicks, body kicks, jabs. As long as he doesn't get in the pocket with Jeff Neal, I think he can easily win this fight by decision, or he might even clip him with a head kick as well. So fuck the haters. Jeff Neal, I don't mind him, but he's boring as shit. I'm going with Cucciato, second round head kick. What do you got, OG?
Yeah, I mean the guy's 13-0. I'm looking at their pick series. This guy Jeff Neal's.
It's G off Neal. It's G off Neal.
Oh, G off Neal. Anyway, he's pretty big. This other guy's kind of lean.
Tall and lean, baby.
Yeah, he's definitely
just like
lean.
Octagon Jordan.
He looks like he's got the crew cut, little weird tattoo on his ankle.
Well, he's from Ireland. He's walking in Conor McGregor's footsteps. He's
whatever.
He's Irish.
Whatever.
You should see his tattoos. Fucking weird ass tattoos. That's also
what I just said. He's got a weird tattoo on his ankle. Some weird thing. Yeah. I feel. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go with my guy Geoff Neal.
You go with Geoff, Mr. Uber?
You know what? Yeah, I think. I think he has kicks a couple. Has little Manhattans before the fight. Maybe 2 or 3 smoky Manhattans. And knocks the hell out of Ian. So there you go. That's my pick, Jeff Neal.
I like it. Smoky Manhattans do give you that, superhuman ability. So
yeah, a little bit of kick right before.
Let's just hope after the big win, he Ubers back after the Smoky Manhattans.
Well, yeah. So that's my guy, Jeff. I'm going with Jeff.
All right. So just real quick recap. We were both on Kopylov. You picked Henry Cejudo. I picked Merab Dvalishvili. In this last fight, I picked Ian Gary, and you picked Geoff Uberback Neal. Correct?
Yes.
All right, great. I think we're off to a hot start. I mean, I'm sure the public's just a little bit confused on where to go since we're, going against each other so much. But it's like a debate show. It's like First Take, and we leave it up to them to pick, who they want.
This is up to those guys to lose their money.
Yeah, it's like Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp. We just throw the facts out there and we let them decide.
Yeah, so. You do what you want to do.
I kicked us off on that last one. You want to start us off on the co-main event, second to last fight here, OG? You want to start us off?
Okay. We got, Paulo Costa and Robert Whittaker.
Oh, okay. You said those names correctly. Good job.
See, that one I got. Oh, whoa. Robert Whittaker, he's got 32 fights. He's punch drunk. I'm going with Paulo Costa for that reason alone. That's it.
What? So no experience advantage is not a thing. Experience does not matter.
You fight 32 UFC fights. If I fought one UFC fight, I'd be done. But these guys.
So if there was a guy with 25 UFC fights against a guy with 2 UFC fights, you would take the guy with 2 UFC fights?
No. You're putting words in my mouth. But this guy's 14.
I'm asking.
He's 14-2, and he won his last fight. This other guy lost his last fight. Plus, he's from Australia. You can't be tough if you're from Australia. It's too nice down there. This other guy, what's his name?
Paulo Costa, the eraser, Borrachinha.
He's from Brazil. You try to live in Brazil. It's terrible down there. So I'm going with, that's it. I'm going with Paulo. Paulo's ripped, too. Looks like a model. He looks like a bigger, stronger version of Ronaldo. There you go.
All right. All right.
My
Okay.
guy. That's my
OGDP
guy.
go with Paulo Costa.
Yep, that's an easy one.
Yeah,
Easy.
so for me, I am 100% going with Robert Whitaker.
Complete opposite all the time.
He's not going to be a lock for me. I don't like the odds on him at minus 205. Paulo
They're in the
Costa is
box.
definitely dangerous, but the thing about Costa, I remember he had a title fight with Israel Adesanya. It was actually the same night that we watched the Jan Blachowicz fight. That the
Oh
Polish
yeah.
guy, remember?
Oh yeah. That's my guy.
That's the night that Paulo Costa fought Israel Adesanya, and he got completely exposed, head
Hmm.
kick KO'd, and then Izzy like humped him on the ground and kind of
Yeah.
did him in the
Well.
booty,
Yeah.
hole a little bit, oil check.
So he was embarrassed, and he's never going to do that again.
Yeah, he was embarrassed. He was emasculated, and then after
Yeah.
the fight, he had so many excuses. He said he drank wine like right the night before his big title fight. He drank a bottle of wine or something to settle down. So I can't trust Paulo Costa. I think Robert Whitaker, he's coming off that loss to DDP, Dricus du Plessis. I think he's going to have a fresh mindset. I know he's had a lot of fights. You mentioned 30 plus fights, but he's still only 33 years old. I mean, he came into the UFC at 21 years old, so I don't think he's washed up. If he had 30 fights at age 40, I might be a little nervous about it, but he's still 33. He's still spry, and he's number 3 in the division. He's beat the shit out of multiple people. Jared Cannonier, Kelvin Gastelum, Marvin Vittori. Paulo Costa actually lost to Marvin Vittori. So I predict that Costa's probably going to drink some wine right before the fight.
No.
The only thing he's going to win is maybe a photo competition with his physique. But
No.
I
Win
got
he will.
the Australian for sure. I think it goes to the decision. I got Whitaker by clean decision.
Oh, you're so wrong. Yoda does not like that. He says Costa wins, he will.
Oh,
Costa wins, he will.
Costa drink wine, he will.
No,
Get drunk and
Costa.
head kicked, butt fucked, he will.
All right, well, we're opposites on a lot of these, but you're the
All right,
expert.
guys. Well, hey, this is why I bring in OGDP, the MMA
Yeah.
master. His analysis is second to
you
none.
are
And
you are an expert, but you are
well,
technically an expert. But
honestly, this MMA game is so random that
I know.
bringing somebody in such a casual as yourself, who's just
Well,
such a casual, knows nothing, watches zero of the
don't
fights.
use any of our advice. My advice is don't use any of our advice.
OGDP is the biggest casual in the world, and somehow we're probably going to go 50-50 on picks somehow.
Because that's how it all works out. That's how it works.
All right, OG, we got the main event. I'll kick us off. You ready?
Main event.
Main event time. UFC 298. I'm busting loads for this main event. I've been waiting for it since December.
Whoa.
I am busting loads. You know what it is, OG.
Bro, you think your dad beat the shit out of you? Your dad doesn't have shit.
Your dad ain't got shit.
No shit.
Come on, this is a family show tonight.
All right, so we got Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria. This is a very interesting fight. I've been going back and forth on it for the last 2 weeks. I've been listening to numerous podcasts. Luke Thomas, Chael Sonnen, Ariel Helwani, Brian Petrie, Kenny Florian. I'm trying to take in everybody's predictions on this fight, and it's all over the map. This is one of the most tightly, obviously pre-fight, tightly predicted main events and title fights that I've seen in a long time. Obviously, Alexander Volkanovski is the longest reigning champion in UFC currently. I think he's had the belt for 4+ years. Ilia Topuria is 27 years old, up-and-comer, 14-0, has never fought in a title fight. It's just such an interesting matchup. You have the confidence of Topuria, who, has gone on a million podcasts saying that this is going to be the easiest fight of his career. He already changed his Instagram bio to say UFC world champion.
Did he really?
Yeah. I mean, this guy, you should see some of his interviews. He's saying everything under the sun. He's acting like Conor McGregor, calling his shot. So he's either going to make it or break it or fall flat on his face.
He's much more ripped than the other guy.
Volkanovski is just such a dog. He's good everywhere. He can grapple. He can get out of submissions. He can knock you out. He can wrestle you. He can ground and pound you. The thing with Volkanovski is he's coming off that head kick KO back in October. Obviously, that was a weight class up against Islam Makhachev, but at 35 years old, fighting a young lion like Ilia Topuria, I could give you guys a full technical analysis of what they do and the techniques that they utilize and how each one might win the fight, but
Don't do
I'm gonna
that.
I'm gonna save you the time. And at the end of the day, I think it just comes down to eventually some of these dominant champions. Eventually, it just comes their time, and for some reason, I'm believing in the Topuria hype. Obviously, if he gets KO'd or if he gets nominated, it's going to look pretty stupid, and he's going to get pretty embarrassed. But for some reason, man, I'm believing in it. So I'm taking Topuria. I think it's going to be a fucking war. I don't think Volkanovski's going to go out easy. I think it's going to be a 4th or 5th round stoppage, maybe decision. But yeah, Topuria takes the crown. What do you think, OG?
Well, I agree with you, but I could have saved you a lot of time. This other guy, Volkanovski, even though that name doesn't sound like it, it says he's from
Volkman.
Australia. It sounds like
Yeah.
he's from Australia. So
The
the other guy's
Volkman.
the other guy's German. He's German.
He's not German. He's Georgia. Georgia.
It
He's from
says
Georgia.
country. It says country, Germany.
No, it's Georgia. Georgia.
I'm looking at his.
It's not Germany. He's from Georgia, the country, not the state, and he lives in Spain. He currently lives in Spain, but he's from Georgia. He's not
All right.
German.
Well, I'm on the UFC website, and it says country, Germany, but maybe he moved there. Maybe he lives there.
I'm also on the UFC website, and it says country Georgia. So one of our UFC websites is fucked.
Well, that's going to throw off all my picks. But no.
Wow.
Let's see. But I agree with you. The guy's
It's
14
kind of
and 0.
horseshit because I know how much.
What do you?
Bro, you think your dad beat the shit out of you?
All right, sorry.
What was the other thing?
I don't know. Some dumb shit that I had. Anyway,
All
what's your analysis here?
No, so I got my whole thing for the last guy. He's got 29 fights. This other guy, he's punch drunk.
It's called experience. What the hell are you talking about? He's a long-reigning champion. He's 35 years old.
Yeah, the longer it goes.
The fuck are you talking about?
It's like a running back in football.
All right, so what's the threshold then? Because if he has 35 fights, what if he's fighting a guy with 2 fights? Obviously, he's going to win.
You already said that. Doesn't that? No,
all right, well, I'm asking you.
This guy's
no. Hold
I'd
up.
say 10 fights.
So if the guy's 10-0, then
Yes.
Volkanovski, long-reigning champion, longest champion in
Over
UFC
30.
currently.
Over 25 fights, you're already starting to go on the downside. I bet the stats. I don't even know what the stats are. My guess is that's probably accurate. After 25 fights, my guess is the average UFC guy is starting to decline.
Obviously, everybody declines eventually. The question that the public wants to know is now the time for Volkanovski? He's only 35. He looks ripped. He's undefeated at featherweight.
That's not what they want to know.
Look at the odds. The odds are even. People are back and forth on this fight.
I agree with you. I'm going with Ilya.
You can't just go with that. I need more analysis out of you. I can't just get records. I need something else.
That's not what the public is fight. That's not what.
What about Ilya's confidence? What do you think about his confidence saying that he's already world champ? This is going to be his easiest fight. He's going on every podcast.
I don't care about any of that. What do you
mean? It's mindset. Mindset's a big thing in this game.
What the world really wants to know is Beyonce or Taylor Swift, and honestly, I'm a Beyonce fan. So
fuck both of them.
That's how I roll. I roll with Beyonce.
Halsey all day. Screw Taylor Swift and Beyonce. Halsey.
Did you hear Beyonce's new country song? It slaps.
Beyonce's whack, bro. All right. So what's your pick? Beyonce's whack.
I'm going with Ilya Topuria.
Bro, you think your dad beat the shit out of you?
It's the same. Do you have any other sounds?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right. So 14-0, undefeated. He won his last fight. The other guy
but
lost.
Volkanovski's undefeated at featherweight, and he's fought 8 title fights. This is Topuria's first title fight. All right, let me list off. Let me list off who Volkanovski's beat.
No, let me give you something.
No. Hold up.
No. Takedown average. Topuria higher. Takedown accuracy. Topuria way higher. Takedown defense. Topuria way higher. Submission average. Topuria way higher. So there you go. I don't even know what any of that means, but it sounds good. That's my guy. We agree. What are you arguing for?
All right, Ilya Topuria, you going with him?
That's my guy, 100%. That one is my. I'm not doing it. I don't do locks. It doesn't matter. But that guy.
That's your lock.
That guy's winning for sure.
All right. Awesome. Well, hey, I think this has been a great analysis of the main card.
You You could call it that.
We agreed on 2 of the fights. We disagreed on 3 of the fights, so it's definitely going to be interesting. Any last words for the people before the big pay-per-view on Saturday, OG?
No, I don't think so. Just enjoy yourselves. Just have a few beverages and have a smoky Manhattan. I think that's all you need. That's
Just
all
like
you need.
Geoff Neal.
Yeah, Geoff Neal. I've already forgotten who I picked. Did you write it down?
I didn't write shit down, but we'll rewatch this.
I forgot who I picked already.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed. This is MMA Picks with a Casual, OG and the Kid, Octagon Jordan. That's OG. I'm going to sign us.
Hey,
OGDP.
check me out on TikTok, OGDP. Check it out.
Check him out on TikTok. I'm going to sign us off with a little music. All right, OG, I'm excited to buy this pay-per-view on your account, on your card, and watch it at your house.
Yeah, great. See you tomorrow. Or no, Saturday.
Peace out, brother.